How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at Monsters. This is Season 2, Episode 3, and this one's entitled A Bond of Silk. It originally aired October 15th, 1989. It was directed by Ernest Farino and stars Lydia Carroll and Marc McClure. Now, this episode on IMDb has one of those little badges that says top rated. This is a fan favorite episode. It's one that a lot of people like. I mean, I kind of get it. It's got a good finale. The last bit of this episode is special effects heavy. There's lots of action. It's a cool finale, and I guess just that one scene alone is really making this episode worth a watch. But getting up to that finale, there's not really much going on. A young couple get into a super suspicious hotel room, and there's just a giant spider web there. We never really find out why this thing is set up this way, why there's a spider hotel, and the guy is just dumb enough to jump into the web and get caught. And then we're kind of just struggling for most of the episode until we get to that finale. The episode's not really special until the end, and up until then it's kind of so-so, and I'm like, it's not really that great until it is. And I guess if you guys were big into spiders, because I know some people are super scared of spiders, and in turn, this episode is absolutely terrifying. I was never scared of spiders, really. I thought they were kind of cool, you know, the legs and the eyes and the way they walk around and stick to walls and build things. I thought spiders were cool, but man, some people are absolutely terrified, and if that gets you, I guess it gets you. I found this episode to be in general okay, but with a really good cap on it. Whatever. I do want to say one thing, and maybe this did affect my viewing of the episode. The episode heavily utilizes the dumb southerner trope, which, can we please retire this? I mean, the main guy, he's a dumb guy, and he's from Lubbock, Texas, and I personally know several people from Lubbock, none of whom are stupid. But we have remnants of city elitism here, and, oh, you talk with a southern accent, you must be stupid. Texans put people on the moon, come on. So, a big trope that irked me, combined with the boring start of this episode, it's a fine episode, it's got a great finale, but I don't know if I'd say this is the best one ever just because of everything it takes to get to that finale. But I know some people will have fond memories of this, and I can't say it's the worst one ever, but maybe a little bit overrated? I don't know. Anyway, I guess in order to analyze this further, let's talk a bit about the plot. I'm not going to do any major spoilers. I do want to say my piece on a few plot points and do a bit of analysis, and so I'll be avoiding ruining the end, but let's dive in. We open up with a young newlywed couple, and they go into their hotel room, and we find out that it is industrious. You know, she's kind of taken aback by it, and we do get a bit of exposition in their conversation, talking about how the travel agent set him up with something that the general public doesn't really have access to. It's kind of like a trial run. They're turning a factory into a hotel, which is kind of a weird dreamlike idea that it's like a factory but also a hotel. And of course, they're the only ones in here. So a bit of suspicious stuff going on, and when they find that there's other people's clothes in the closet, it's a bit of a red flag that people check in but don't check out. There's some fine clues here, but I will say this opening scene, once they get off the elevator and into the room, it's 3 shots for this whole conversation. We get a master that wanders from the elevator to the bedroom door. There's an insert shot of a roach, And then there's one shot of the main guy delivering his dialogue when he wanders off camera. But so much of the scene is just one shot, and it's not an interesting oneer. It just feels kind of boring and cheap. Whatever. They again go into the bedroom and they're looking to see like, oh, what kind of cool honeymoon suite bed will they have? And it's a big web, and they say, oh, it's some fancy hammock. And the guy just jumps on, even though it's clearly a spider's web. And it's a kind of interesting, again, this episode does have a surreal quality behind it, like the idea that you'd go into a hotel and there'd just be a spider's web over this like little bit of a pit. That's a weird idea, and also, again, never really explained. And I guess, okay, these guys are feeding people to a spider. I don't know why you would be doing this. It's not like it's, if they had implied that the spider was like some, deity or something, and like, why couldn't you just feed cows to it or something? Why's it gotta be people? And I wish there was, because there are some clues like, oh, the other people didn't get out, there's like their car keys or something. Okay, I get that, but can we get a few clues as to why any of this is happening? Well, the guy that jumped in gets stuck, and he's stuck for pretty much the rest of the episode, and that's where we really get the episode kind of dragging, as they're just like, oh wow, you're stuck there. And they do get like, oh, talking about spiders, and oh, only the ones that go across the main structure are sticky, the other ones aren't, because the girl's a teacher and she had a student that wrote a paper on it. And there are some like, okay, survival elements, like how do I not stick to the rope and how do I try to cut it? It's okay, but once he gets stuck in the web, the episode is padding out a bit until we get to the finale. And like I said earlier, the finale is good. It really feels like something from the end of a big creature feature, and I liked it. But when you take in the amount of necessary setup and then the finale, this whole episode really should have been like a 7-minute short. It would have been a killer 7-minute short, but as it stands, it's one of those waiting for the good part episodes, and the good part is really, really good. It's overall an okay episode, but I know some people absolutely love it just for the finale. But now that it's on the internet and we can just scroll to the end, maybe we're just gonna watch the finale. Maybe that's the only bit worth watching. I don't know. Like I said, it's not great until it is great. I don't know if I would put this as top rated, but whatever, it's fine, and the ending I will say is great. I guess it is worth a watch just to see where it goes to, because it does end on a really high note. So I guess I recommend it. It's just not my personal favorite, but I know it is the personal favorite of a lot of people, apparently. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom if you guys want to see more. You can click right there and see more. This should be my Monsters playlist where you can find my reviews of the past episodes. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Playlist here. Have a good day now.